What's up, Eurovision people? Do you love Eurovision as much as me? Reactions, live streams, discussions. This is the place to be. Come and subscribe. What are you waiting for? My content is free and honest. Come find me on Instagram. See you. Heaven degrees, I'm down on my knees. No, no. Does anyone remember that song? Maybe Ervin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean, you did update your intro, but you haven't updated your Wi-Fi, it seems.
Is it bad?
Priorities.
Can you hear
It's
me?
horrible. we can hear you, but
Can you see me?
are mostly still images.
You're almost, it's like a PowerPoint, you know.
What a way to start. What a way to start. Well, for those of you who can see me, what's up, Eurovision people? My name is Sean, and on my channel, I talk about all things Eurovision. Today's intro was a little bit clunky, but here we are on our fourth Wednesday talking about this year's Eurovision entries, and today we're going to talk about semi-final to second half. So we have lined up for you our thoughts about Malta, Georgia, Denmark, Czechia, Luxembourg, Israel, Serbia, and Finland. But before we start, as usual, come and subscribe to my channel. We have been doing this for the last 3 Wednesdays. We've got today and next Wednesday left, but we've got a full lineup for Eurovision week. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my content with these lovely people over here. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, starting with the person to my... Is it this way? I think it's this way.
No, the first one.
That way? The
This
first
way?
one, yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, that's
You.
the way.
Hi. Yeah. Hi, I'm Jude from Eurovision, Jude Kennedy, the channel that is like in the ether currently. But you know what? We like to make a surprise appearance every now and again. Hi.
Going south.
Hi all. My name is Ervin. You've seen me in the past 3 weeks as well. I'm from Hungary and I'm the editor-in-chief of ESCBubble.
And from Budapest, we go to Tallinn via Husavik.
We're there.
Good evening.
Or to Husavik via Tallinn.
Right.
This is Gerd from Estonia. I have the YouTube channel EPIXEUROVISIONGUY, and greetings from Husavik in the Eurovision exhibition here.
Indeed. Guys, for anyone who's watching, these live streams are fun. You're going to see us argue a lot, but we love Eurovision, just like any of you who are watching. And we want to have a good evening of opinions, of hot takes, of discussions. So pull up a drink. Pull up a drink and enjoy this conversation with us. And come and ask us your questions. Let us know your thoughts in the live chat, because we will be interacting with you. And Nordswee, yes, we will be talking about Erika today. Tonight. Hyvä ilta. But we're going to have to wait a little bit because it is the song closing the semi-final. We've got people from Malta. Good evening. Good evening. Ileila Taiba. Hello. And we can use this as our transition. Malta is the first country in the second half of the second semi-final. And I'm gonna let Ervin find his thoughts. I'm gonna start with
that reaction already.
I felt it coming.
I'm gonna start with Jude. Jude, I'm gonna let you serve your thoughts.
I feel it coming.
That's what I instantly thought of, and I really wish I didn't. No, we are serving breath of fresh air, or breathing out. You know, Montenegro. Was that 2023? Breathe? 2022? I don't know. We're... Oh, Ervin's gone.
Ervin, yeah,
Sent him off.
That song and he disappears.
Yeah. We are also serving bouncing on pink bouncy balls, exercise balls, while almost trying to sing. You know what? I do love this. I think the revamp gave it the opportunity to stand out because of the controversy and still kind of keep true to, Mariana's dream of serving content on stage. She will do that. And whether the EBU want her to or not, we will be screaming. And I'm here for it.
So you like the song?
Yes. Yeah.
He likes the song.
Obviously.
Okay. Well,
Minor.
let's make this running order interesting, so we have an interesting flow. Ervin, your thoughts on Malta this year?
Contrary to Jude, I do not like this song. I didn't like it from the beginning, and it's just a gimmick that I think works within the majority of the fandom, but I'm not entirely sure whether it's going to work outside of the fandom, especially now that the song has, in a way, lost its gimmick. I'm just glad that Mirjana just finally, after 2 months or so, came out on Dutch television and said yes, we know what we were doing from the beginning, because she told me a whole bunch of BS in the interview that I did afterwards with her that oh, I'm just speaking my language. No, if you were speaking and singing in your language, you would sing the entire song, not one word. Yeah, not my kind of music, not my cup of tea, not something I would listen to, and I will most certainly not be screaming to this song.
Okay. Well, I feel like, me personally, I got a lot of stick because I am from Malta, I am Maltese, and I got a lot of stick from Maltese people who said that I hate my country, I don't like our country songs, all because I wanted someone else to win our national final. And I just want to clarify that just because I am Maltese, it doesn't mean I have to lie to you if I don't like our country's song. I mean, a lot of us didn't like Loop last year, me included, and we could say it. But I feel like this year, just because we have some hype, people are getting upset when we say we don't like this song. Now, I started out with a very difficult relationship with the song, but I have to admit, since winning the national final and since the music video came out, this has grown on me a lot. I do find myself not skipping it when I'm streaming it. And I love the fact that we're serving because there is a sense of humor to it. When I'm on my walk and it comes like do re mi fa serving. I don't know. It's giving it's funny and I like it. And I know that the audience will do its job in Basel. They're not going to be serving They're going to be serving singing, apparently, because that's what we're serving, right? I also have to shout out PBS for not revamping our song for the first time in a very long time, because the song was good to go and they didn't revamp it, and I'm glad that they didn't revamp it. And I have to say, I mean, the censorship, it wasn't bad press, it was the censorship of the word cunt, actually gave this song a lot of good press, and it gave it a lot of organic hype, and I think it is going to help it not only qualify but do decently well by Maltese standards. I also have to shout out the marketing team, Luke Bedford. He's doing it. I mean, Mirjana Conte coming up dressed as a waffle in Amsterdam, then showing up with her bed sheets and her pillow in London. She's playing to the crowd, and I think the marketing is really, really good. I feel like they turned her into a character, into a persona. Mirjana Conte is not usually like this, but Mirjana Conte serving cunt is a bit of a character and a persona. And to me, it's like a bit of Tommy Cash, where in real life, when he wakes up from his bed, the guy is probably not espresso macchiato, but he's just
You're just an espresso, eh?
But he's just Tommaso. So
he is not espresso macchiato, but he will have the espresso macchiato in his hands soon enough.
But he's playing up to a persona, and I think Mirjana Conte is doing the same thing. I'm not sure about the diva down kind of thing. I mean, they are making her out to be a bit of a diva. You know, we've been missing the press in Madrid, and I'm not sure if she turned up in the press time in Amsterdam. So I don't know. I guess it's just a choice. But this song is qualifying. I think after she won MESC, I was very hesitant, but I think all the censorship around it gave it the organic hype that it needed. it's qualifying. I think in the final, the jury will put this very, very high. And I think the televote will not put it as high as maybe the fans expect. I think this will be a jury push. I have to admit, though, lately the vocals haven't been serving. The vocal performance has not been serving, and
God bless the pre-recorded backing vocals.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what they do in Basel, but even at MESC, listen to the semi-final performance with your eyes closed. Those vocals, let's just say it wasn't about the music. It wasn't about the music. Eston, do you have any final thoughts about this?
Mostly agree with Ervin in the sense that I do not like the song. I like the pre-chorus. That is quite nice, but overall, the gimmick, they obviously knew what they were doing. I think they also were quite sure that this won't be allowed. And it's all for the press, which they got, so it already worked. I think in the semifinals, the Eurovision fandom has a lot more say and a lot more power, so it is qualifying, but I don't see this doing well with the jury.
I think this would do very well with the jury. I mean, we tend to forget how Malta's a safe pick for juries. Malta's a safe pick.
Not
Maybe
with this song.
That's one way to put it, Sean.
Don't put words into my mouth. Let's just say Malta's a safe pick for the juries. And I think Malta's been out of the final for so long that people tend to forget that the juries tend to find their points for Malta. I want to answer a few questions on these comments. Wait, Walter, I did not prefer Heaven Sent for the life of me. And the singer of Heaven Sent knows that herself. I hope she does, because we always swap with televotes and we do not have diaspora. I don't subscribe to this narrative. I got also a little hate because I preferred Cantera. Yeah, well, Cantera was my pick, and by the end of MESC, I think I had Cantera and Dario Pezzina and Zeppil Mooney up there together, and I could have taken any of those. But yeah, moving on from Malta, we are flying to Georgia with Mariam Shengelia. And once again, I'm going to go to Jude first because I'm really looking forward to what you have to say about this one.
I don't quite know how to articulate my feelings towards the song apart from ranting like I need a Bani Gani the Danny Krivitz 11 Gani like that starting part, I'm like, yeah, I'm vibing to that. It's in 5/4 and then it's in 6/4. Interesting time signatures, and then it kind of gets boring towards the end, but the start, I'm like, yeah. I think it's one of the most like chaotically boring songs I've ever heard, if that makes sense, in a way that makes me kind of love it. Like, it's got everything we love about Georgia recently in Eurovision, which is like kind of overproduced and really bad English, but then like actual Georgian words that kind of work but have no connection to anything else. They're just words that someone thought sounded good. It's gonna come last, and I'm gonna enjoy listening to it on my playlist. Yeah.
Do you think it's actually gonna come last?
Yeah.
But it's in your top 10, right?
Wait,
Wait a minute.
like overall from the 37.
Wait a minute. Let me check. Hold on. I don't think
Please
it's
tell me it's just the semi-final. Please.
Oh no, it's my number 10. Yeah, you're right.
Overall.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Eston, freedom.
I am vibing to it. Like, yeah.
Freedom. And the same freedom that Jude has to love it enables you the freedom to tell us why you don't.
Same freedom I wish everyone had, not pointed or directed.
Eston, you have the freedom, please.
Okay, that's the first time that I hear that Georgia is in anyone's top 10.
That's why you come to my live streams for
I mean,
diversity.
this year, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, last year was awesome. But no, I do agree that it's chaotic. I do agree that the beginning had some promise, but it went south very quickly. It's the most boring song out of any song this year. Who listens to this? Like, never. No.
I was pointing up just to be clear, like I wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I
Why
thought
did you
already,
have
like,
to say it?
like
Let him believe he's isolated.
I was honestly just beginning to question, what is this? Like, why am I here? Why
It's
am I
like a
talking to you
conspiracy
guys?
against you, eh?
Yeah. So yeah,
We
this
actually
is coming
planned this
last
in
in the
advance.
semi-final. This won't get any votes from anywhere, and yeah, it would be a great result for Georgia to even get like double digits, but I don't see that happening.
Well,
I mean, Armenia are in the semi-final,
Yeah.
I was just about to say.
so they will get some points.
Those
but
might
they
be
might
the only points they get.
Yeah,
It can get double
But
digits.
they're not even
UK
getting.
is also
I
in the
mean,
semi-final, so
I don't think they're getting top 2 with Armenia, though.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know about predictions. All I'm gonna say is this: when the song came out, I actually liked it, and what I didn't like was, and it really took me by surprise, to be honest. This song is called Freedom, and we've seen a lot of comments on Twitter from Eurovision fans completely canceling her for her political beliefs. I mean, I do not see a single person on Twitter talking about the song from Georgia, because everyone is talking about her political her political views. And it's really, I think it's very fitting that this song is called Freedom, because in the same way that this girl has the freedom to choose whatever political views she aligns with, we have the freedom to disagree with that. And it works both ways, you know? We don't get the freedom to cancel someone because we disagree with them without them getting the freedom to choose whoever they like. I mean, girl likes Putin. Yeah, a lot of people do. And that's democracy. You know, we get to choose whoever we like, and no one gets to tell us who we should like. And
I mean, democracy in Russia and Georgia, though, like
this
yeah.
participation, but I am European, and I don't need the Georgians or Russians to tell me how I should be democratic. I am European, and I believe in democracy, and I'm not going to cancel a Eurovision song just because someone believes in political views that might be unfashionable. And this actually brings out the double standard of Eurovision, in my opinion, because us as Eurovision fans and Eurovision, you know, some of us are journalists, YouTube reactors, call us what you want. I like to use the word commentator. We constantly try to connect people to Eurovision, and the same people are like, I don't watch Eurovision because it's too political. And we're like, no, it's about the music. But the same fans are here on Twitter saying, I don't rank Azerbaijan, Israel, and Georgia because, like, cancel. Isn't that much of a double standard? Isn't that a double standard? I don't know. I actually really, really like the song, like Jude. I love the percussive rhythm. The jazzy chorus that reminds me of Georgia's Junior Eurovision song last year, I'm not so much into, but I love the fact that we have another native language at Eurovision this year. I love the fact that she sings incredibly well. She is absolutely beautiful. If this song qualified, I would be really, really happy, but I don't think it will. But I also don't think it's coming last. I don't think this is coming last. Ervin, what are your final thoughts on Georgia?
Well, I sort of have mixed feelings about this song, to be perfectly honest, because like I'll be honest, like the last time that I was listening to this was when I was editing the Public Reacts video for Georgia, and I haven't heard it since. At the same time, when I listen to it, like it's actually perfectly pleasant to listen to. Like there's not much wrong with it, but there's not a single thing that's going to remain in my head of the song. and I wouldn't choose to play this song ever, but when it's on, when I hear it, it's all right. Whether or not it's going to qualify, I also lean much more towards non-qualification than thinking like it might actually have chances to qualify. But I'm sure that like we're going to get a nice performance, great vocal performance. It's just not memorable at all.
It's not memorable. No, it's not memorable. It isn't, and I don't think it's qualifying. But I really, really hope Georgia shows up with the staging, because I think there are some people who should be ashamed of themselves about the way they spoke about Georgia. I mean, do you guys want 20 countries at Eurovision? Not you guys, but the people who are dissing this. Do you want all the Eastern countries to quit Eurovision? That's all I have to say. Moving on.
But it's also like the same sort of double standards that like a lot of Eurovision fans have towards specific countries, but only when it suits them. Because, for example, if you guys remember, Polina from Russia and the twins from 2014 were all booed, but then Sergei Lazarev came and he got like the biggest ovation from everyone because it was a very, let's say, fan-friendly Eurovision song. So no one was against him, but anyone else, like, yeah, just dismiss them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I don't appreciate.
I mean, Sergei Lazarev had abs, and we know who are the people in the Eurovision Song Contest audience in Stockholm. But moving on from Mariam Shengelia's beautiful looks and Sergei Lazarev's equally appealing looks, to Sissal from Denmark. And I'm going to start with ESTON on this one, because I think this is, I'm guessing you would like the song usually, right?
I do.
The flags are coming out, y'all.
I was just waiting for that.
By the way, and I said it because today I don't have everyone's list on my piece of paper. I just have who's talking about who in which order, and then I have.
So you're just guessing.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember.
I just love how Sean actually has this spreadsheet of who's going to be talking about whom, and we all talk about each and every one of them. So
yeah. But I like the producer in me likes to find a bit of a running order, you know?
Fair enough. Yeah.
And maybe he forgets our names, and then he's not in an awkward position. So it's safe. But no, I do really like Denmark. It has actually grown on me during the whole period between the national selection and now. I think Sissal herself is incredible. Her humor and her appearances, I absolutely adore that girl. And really, if Denmark qualifies, it's because of her. The vocals are superb.
You're trying to tell us that you like the song, and you're telling me if Denmark qualifies it's because of her.
Yeah, I was just going to say as well that, yes, while the song is very, very basic pop, dance, disco, a little bit dated, like typical Danish Eurovision song lately, it's a good Danish song in Eurovision lately. It's good in its genre. And I think with a lot of support lately coming from the fandom as well, I think it might sneak in. I'm less confident about for the likes of Ireland now. And I think Denmark, Sissal might actually make it if the staging is good. And I do have high hopes, and I'm really rooting for Denmark to finally qualify again.
Okay. Well, Ervin, what do you think about Denmark?
I don't think that Denmark is a little bit dated. I think Denmark is very dated. To me,
I mean, we had to disagree finally, so we got on the good track now.
This is scripted, by the way. They don't actually disagree, but just the branding of the
no.
We made them disagree.
In real life, we always agree on everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I feel it's like
this is Sean's plan from the start.
You actually agree on one thing that's happening with Eurovision, but I won't say it live. I'll tell you off camera.
Now I'm intrigued, but okay.
Of course you are. That was the intention.
I think like you're both just hallucinating, but okay. See what I did there? Yeah, I think that this is like Cascada from like their golden period, which isn't really recent. And I agree, she's very likable, and just like give her the Miss Congeniality award of this year's Eurovision. But that never really helped anyone, let's say, qualify for the final or do well in the contest, because like, let's say 90% of the viewers are not going to know who she is, are not going to know what she does on her social media, etc., and like how many live streams she did with whomever she did it with,
how many vibrators she bought.
I guess I don't know. I don't know.
About that? There was a photo.
I mean,
of her with Kyle Alessandro and JJ in the hotel room, I think in Amsterdam, and she was like essentials, and there was like a bag of chips, a bottle of wine, and the biggest pink vibrator I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, Sisal is on Instagram 24/7, it seems. So yeah, you obviously we miss some.
I mean, I don't follow her. Sorry, Sisal. So yeah, I'm unaware. But yeah, again, like I don't think that that's going to help her qualify, because the majority of voters are only going to see the songs and see the performances on the night, and they're going to choose based on that, not based on some additional information that they might or might not have. So I'm still leaning towards non-qualification.
Jude, what do you think?
I will be so upset if Sisal non-qualified. I will be so... I think maybe this might be one of my, like... I know she's not going to do well. Like, she's not going to be top 5, obviously, in the semi. But I just want her to do well. I feel like she's just so lovely and friendly and fun. And, you know, she saw what she did in Denmark and was like, yeah, we know that was rubbish. Let's do better. So
Yes, girl, give us
I have
nothing.
I have, yeah. She was the definition of I'ma just get some fan, blow some wind in my hair, and sing. And she did the singing part well. But just to, like, you know, in front of a background, no. I think they've had a critical think, as in her team and her have had a critical think of, you know, what they want the performance to be now. They've seen how other people can do better things than stand in front of a screen. So hopefully the actual performance will be better. She has the charisma to carry it off. She has the vocals to carry it off. And she has a song that's not unfriendly. Like, you can just listen to it and be like, oh yeah, that's fun. You know, she's close enough to the end that it's not going to be completely forgotten about. Just please vote. Please vote for my girl, Sisal.
I mean, she did say that
to you, my hallucination is fun.
Yeah.
She did say that the staging would be completely different. And she actually explained it in a video with Simon Falk. She's going to have around 3 costume changes. She's going to be like in a curtain. Yeah, they're going crazy with the staging. They're going all in. They're going to throw the kitchen sink. And to be honest, if this was Azerbaijan, I would be like, oh no, we're going to have a mess. But this is Denmark. This is Denmark. These people drink water with lemon for breakfast. I mean, I'm here. If Denmark, of all countries, wants to throw the kitchen sink, I'm here for it. Because at least it will be interesting.
Yeah, finally it's time for them to throw a kitchen sink.
Yeah,
I mean, they tried with
completely.
Riley, but...
It's about time they start trying.
It's about time.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think the song is a little bit safe. And actually, someone says Zara. Yeah, this is total Zara music. This is the music that you would listen to when you enter a Zara. Or
and yet
Shazam.
Shazam is out when I'm in Zara. I'm like, what's this song?
This
Also
is
something
somebody.
Joe and the Juice will play, and yeah.
Yeah, the song is nothing we've ever heard. We've never heard before. But
We all heard
I have
Cascada,
to-
so
I have to agree a little bit with ESTON here. This song has grown on me a lot since the national final. Yeah. And yeah, I do kind of want to see it happening because I like Sisal. But Ervin, you're absolutely spot on. No one ever qualified on being Miss Congeniality. Claudia Faniello, the best personality in the world. She got 0 in the televote. She got 0. And I don't think that, you know, people are going to be checking out Sisal's Instagram, which is clearly very, very, very busy these days. I have to say one thing about this, you know, Sisal, Kyle Alessandro. I really, really wish that these artists did not make it look like Eurovision is the only thing going on in their life. I mean, you are artists. Can you, like,
I
actually?
mean, it kind of
give me
is at the moment for everyone.
Yeah, but
I mean, does Sisal have any other songs? Because I mean, Kyle Alessandro, I know that he does, but Sisal, I think, like, I don't know,
she's
I
an
haven't
up-and-coming
literally, I haven't.
artist.
Well, then Eurovision is all she has.
Yeah.
And if she does well, then she's gonna have a career afterwards. If she doesn't, she might still have a career. It's gonna be more difficult for her.
What is that? Oh, she
7
has
songs, guys. 7 whole songs. 7 songs.
Okay.
And I mean, it is clear that she is
3 of them
going
are
all in,
hallucination.
and she is really
She's an
putting
EP.
all her time and effort. But I mean, yes, Ervin, you're completely right. Like, subjectively, this is probably not qualifying, but it's just like, I really wanted to qualify. and it's difficult to separate those two when you really are rooting for someone, even if it's not your like number
I could
one.
see this being like,
just like, please.
I could see this being like TikTok Croatia, 2021. That like almost gonna make it.
Yeah.
11th place in the semi. Why does that feel right?
Why did I always said that song was not qualifying, by the way.
I earned some money on that song not qualifying.
I always said that song was
You
not
made a good buck.
qualifying. I actually, funnily enough, I'm very like on the fence about this one qualifying or not, but I finally made up my mind that it's not qualifying when I saw the public reacts from ESCBubble score that is public now. And Ervin, do you want to pitch in a little bit about what's public reacts? Maybe we can do some cross promotion here.
Sure.
And what they thought about this one.
Well, you can go on to ESCBubble's YouTube channel and check it out then. Public React is basically a project we have been doing for 10 years now, where we have casual Eurovision viewers listen to the songs for the very first time, and we film all of their reactions, and then we put them together into a video. We also ask them to score the song from 1 to 10, and then together with our readers and our team members, we choose together ESCBubble's winner for Eurovision. I think that we currently have around like 27, 28 videos posted. We post them daily. So you can check them out on ESCBubble's YouTube channel.
Check them out on ESCBubble indeed. Those public reacts videos are full of people from everywhere, including Malta this year.
Yeah. For the first time ever, actually, yeah.
For the first time ever, and it did not come without stress, but that's for another
It's Malta, there has to be some stress.
Right. She's going to do a fashion show. I don't know, but this is actually public. Like, she actually said this on an interview with Simon Falk, that she's going to have 3 costume changes during the performance. So, yeah, go check that out, at least, I guess. Denmark Borderline, yeah, she's a likable person. I mean, we're, you know what, Null Ball, I'm going to take your comment and I'm going to pin my predictions live stream coming up. Well, for semifinal 2, it will be on Wednesday. So watch this space. We're going to be making predictions together later on during Eurovision week. So we'll keep it locked there. Moving on, Czechia. Kiss, kiss. Goodbye. Ervin, what do you think about Czechia?
Love Czechia. Prague is quite nice. Yes. No, all jokes aside, I do enjoy this song, actually. I think that he has an amazing voice. I still don't understand the necessity of that dance break in the middle of this song, because it's sort of like, it really feels like it's out of place, and it ruins the impression a little bit for me, because I really love how deep his voice is, and like, again, how high he can sing at the same time. I like the flow of it, and the whole thing just like sounds very powerful. And I wouldn't necessarily rule this out as a possible jury winner, maybe in the final.
Winner,
it's so different to everything else. He is vocally one of the most powerful ones, and I don't think that like we're gonna end up with a jury winner who's gonna be that similar, let's say, to the last couple of years. And I think this is gonna be the, let's say, compromise.
Some people need a
Someone's
drink,
calling to complain about me. what
or
I'm
they need
saying,
room
yes.
service. Some people need room service. Okay, Jude, what do you think about Czechia?
I love this song. It's my number 2 of the year. I love Adonis's voice. I actually love the dance break. Sorry, Ervin. Sorry. Had to be
Of course
done.
you do.
Of course I do. Of course I do. I think it maybe would have been nicer to keep it as a surprise for the stage on one hand, because obviously it's going to be a visual thing. But I think he did well to get this shock out of the way first by the fact that there's going to be a dance break. Because if that just kind of appeared, everyone would be like, huh? Wait a minute, you know. It also does beef out the song a bit. It kind of brings it closer to that 3-minute mark. But I think what I like about it, this is the music nerd in me enjoying it. It's the fact that it's in 3/4. It's lovely little waltz. And then suddenly it just kind of picks up the tempo and goes into 4/4 for the dance break. And I'm like, yep, love it. Love a time signature change. And then it just flips straight back. I think it works really well musically. I've looked into how they've done that from a music standpoint, and it's so interesting. And I just like songs that aren't straightforward and basic. Yes, it's a 4-chord song. Nah. But the vocals carry it. His personality carries it. I love it. It's great. Needs to qualify.
Well, it's funny. Okay, let me say this at the end. I like the song for its production. I really, really think it's a well-produced song, very professional, very modern. And I think it's the most radio-friendly song we have this year that doesn't annoy me. Because usually that pop perfection sound that we get from Sweden or Norway, that usually I find that is quite dated. But this one, I feel like it's quite cinematic. I feel like this song could be in a movie. And his vocals are pretty good. He has been a little bit pitchy on the pre-parties, but who cares about the pre-parties? These artists are exhausted, and half of them didn't even sing live in Madrid. So, you know, save it for Basel. I actually have to disagree with you, Ervin, on this one. I love the dance break. I love the dance break. I think it keeps the song interesting. I think it comes at a perfect timing where I'm just about to fall asleep, but it wakes me back up. And I mean, I've said all the positives, but when I look at this song in comparison to everyone else we have this year, I have to admit it just doesn't blow me away. The sum total of it all, the end product, is quite mid for me after all. And I am I going to say this? Well, I posted a video about it. I think this could potentially be a shock non-qualifier. Yeah.
I will be found on the floor.
If they overcook the staging, which to be honest, Czechia has never really done. If they overcook the staging,
They don't have the budget for that.
Well, what was the girl from last year? Put myself on a pedestal. She had
Aiko?
a lot of pyro. Yeah, Aiko. There was a lot of pyro. In fact, I remember asking Ahmad when he came to Malta. I was like, "Who paid for that pyro?" It was like, "We found the money. We found the money." So yeah, I mean, no, I think Czechia has the opportunity to allocate budget where it needs to be, but even though I say this could be a shock non-qualifier, you know, it doesn't mean we have to have a shock non-qualifier. And I think there is another song that could potentially shock non-qualify at semi-final too that I talked about last week. No, that would be a shock. That would not be a shock. I think Australia could be a shock non-qualifier. And I think if Czechia qualified, they could pull off a Portugal 2024 where they could qualify in 8th place but make the top 10 because they come really, really high in the jury. But I don't think it's going to win the jury. I mean, Czechia winning the jury. Come on now. ESTON. Final thoughts.
Well, would you have thought that Austria would win the jury vote in 2018?
I'll tell you why I didn't think that. And I mean, who would have thought North Macedonia would win the jury vote in 2019? Jude, are you?
And I'm not pointing at Jude. I'm pointing at myself.
Okay. I think that the juries were much more independent back then, because you could see 12 points going everywhere. These days, there seems to be an unnatural consensus to me. When you have a country getting 12 points from 23 out of 37 countries, that comes across very unnatural to me. And for that unnatural jury collective score to happen, I would expect it to come together for Sweden, for Switzerland, for Austria. I don't know if it would come together for Czechia in this day and age.
What's the difference between Austria and Czechia?
One is an Eastern European country, the other one is a Western European country. One can host, the other
Czechia, Eastern European.
The other one would probably, let's say the EBU would have less confidence in Czechia hosting than Austria.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
No, I don't know if the country of Czechia is to blame if they don't get a high jury score.
No, I'm not blaming anybody. No, it's not a blame. It's just I can't see the jury collectively agreeing to give their points to Czechia in this current climate.
So I think Czechia being 6th in the odds to win is a little bit high. If it goes well, it can come in the top 10, but I'm not sure. Personally, I've been on a bit of a journey with this one. I absolutely loved the acoustic version that was first revealed. When the song itself came out, I was disappointed. Then it fell quite suddenly in my rankings. Then the dance break didn't make any sense. But like now it's starting to grow on me, actually. And seeing the performances in the pre-parties, I actually kind of like the dance break. And I think it suits there well. It breaks up the song nicely. And then you have the powerful ending. The vocals, of course, are on point. Do I listen to it? Not really. But I don't mind it. And seeing him perform, I do quite like it. So it's probably not in my top 10, maybe top 15. I think it will safely qualify. And then in the final, I can see it being like top 5 in the jury. But then again, the televote, not too sure. So maybe lower top 10.
You got from the televote 19 points. I can see that happening. Yeah. Okay.
It's like 17th with the televote and 5th with the juries type song, you know.
Yeah.
Who keeps calling the police and for what reason?
Someone around my building. I have no idea.
Also, the crime
that's actually the ambulance.
Oh. Well,
someone needs help.
I don't know if
Luxembourg probably needs help.
Hungary needs help, or if it's Luxembourg. I'll take what I can get for a transition. You know, if an ambulance is what we have, I will use that ambulance to transition from Czechia to Luxembourg. And I'm gonna go to Jude first. What do you think about Luxembourg, Jude?
Yeah, I kind of often forget that this song is in the contest.
Finally.
Yeah, it's only year 2 back as well, and yeah, like maybe it is the fact that Luxembourg's back on year 2 and that the novelty's worn off already, and it worn off very quickly. This song is not memorable to me. Like the song isn't memorable, but I could sing it, or I could sing the chorus. I mean, it is la poupée monte le son, la 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 la. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, I did say this to you. I feel like it's weirdly similar to Fighter last year. I don't really know what, I can't quantify that. I can't qualify that. Just to me, it's like they did the same thing. They held another really, really, really high budget national selection and got a mess song out of it, and then revamped it, but didn't really do much to it. Revamp added no hype, no extra value apart from, like, I guess going into the like bridge to add like a, I don't know, or something. Yeah, it's meh. If it
Ervin, there was a revamp.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying
there
to
was.
like
And
think. Like
actually-
I don't actually
Yeah,
remember if I
yeah.
heard
Yeah.
it.
As small as
There's
however
no
it was,
change.
there was a revamp.
I think they
I
just
think I
modified
wish-
the beat a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's about it. Like you can't even really notice anything.
Yeah.
I think I wish this was more borderline than it seems to be. I think that's yeah, my opinion. I would much prefer Denmark to qualify over this.
Okay. Okay. Eston, what do you think about Luxembourg?
I mean, I would prefer none of the two to qualify, to be perfectly honest.
He dropped the T.
Actually, when the song won in Luxembourg, and I think it probably was the best option, I liked it, and I thought it would probably quite safely qualify. But we haven't really gotten anything new at all. I do agree that it is kind of forgettable, especially with, it's Czechia before, and we have some other songs coming up later that will get much more attention. It has quite a lot of competition, like I would say with Ireland, quite a lot of matching, also with Denmark. So it's very, very borderline. But in the end, like the prediction right now is borderline, but in the end, I can see it completely flopping and being like, I don't know, 15th and far away from qualification. That can also happen. So it's very difficult to predict. I really don't know what's going to happen with this one. And honestly, with the semi-final too, like the final two qualifiers, 2, 3, I don't know. I really don't know. I like the song. I listen to it from time to time, but it's pleasant, not really more. And a good comment from Anjali, like it is like a junior Eurovision song.
Well, spoiler alert.
I read Angel's name as Angela Mango.
Angeli Magro's probably Maltese. And yeah, I also almost read it as Angelina Mango. Ervin, what do you think about Luan DC? Oh, look.
It's okay.
Good one. Good one.
What is
Actually, what is
La
the
Poupée
difference?
Montesson.
I was telling
yeah.
Jude before you came on that for me this is giving Luan DC. That's why my brain farted.
Yeah, I can see that. I can really see that.
It's the Luan DC of it all. Ervin, what do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't compare this to Lawn DC. I like that one a little bit more. This one just like, it doesn't really do anything for me. It wasn't the best that Luxembourg had in their selection. So I disagree with Eston. Just
Who was your favorite?
Interesting. My favorite was Luzac.
I agree.
You've been outvoted, Eston. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see this qualify. I wouldn't be shocked to see this not qualify. So whichever way it goes, it's fine. She's a lovely girl. She's going to sing the song perfectly. I don't know what they're going to do on staging wise, like whether it's going to be more similar to what they did in Luxembourg, whether like they're going to come up with something completely new. But I think that like they are going to do some other stuff because as far as I know, there's a Ukrainian team behind her staging. And if someone knows how to stage a song, it's Ukrainians.
As revealed on an article that we published this morning on ESCBubble about
correctly written by Sean himself.
Written by me.
So yeah, I think this is going to be one to look
guilt.
out for. Yeah, this is going to be one to look out for, at least, if nothing else. In the semi, not in the finals.
But I mean, they have to do something on stage that will stuck in people's minds and make it pop compared to the ones around her, but also Ireland, Denmark, etc.
And in my opinion, if Fighter qualified last year, which was in my opinion, like me personally, a significantly worse song, then this one should qualify.
I agree about Fighter being a significantly worse song than this one, but this doesn't have the same PR pushed by the EBU of Luxembourg is returning after 33
Yeah.
years. And
Show them
Petra
some
Mede-
additional love tonight.
Exactly. Petra Mede giving Luxembourg an interview during the voting segment, by the way, which doesn't really happen very often by Nordic broadcasters because they know how much that can influence the voting. So, yeah, I really like this one, to be honest. And I know that someone called Isaac Pym from ESCBubble is going to agree with me because in London Eurovision party, he was all over this one. And he has been ever since the Luxembourg Song Contest. I like it. I mean, I already spoiled this earlier, but for me, this is giving Luan DC in the sense that you wouldn't expect people to like this because it's so infantile, but it actually is quite an immediate song. And when I try to pitch it into some people who don't watch Eurovision and I try to make them, listen to the songs, this is one of the songs that they dislike the least. Unfortunately, it didn't happen on Public React, which is the only time I filmed someone who's not a Eurovision fan watching Eurovision songs.
You don't know what the other 16 people thought, so
I can only talk about my two ladies. But yeah, I like this. I kind of want to see the song qualify more than the country. Personally, I don't care for Luxembourg. After what happened last year, I take it or leave it. But I like it. I mean, I like the theatrical of it all. I think the staging is going to be pretty similar. I like the fact that they're playing on this Poupée du Cire, Poupée du Son reference from France Gall, and they're taking kind of the same metaphor and applying it to today. And she literally is choreographed to look like a puppet. And I appreciate this kind of commitment to a Eurovision performance where you're literally trying everything that is not real to make it, to convince me that this is an act. I like it. I think it is a borderline qualifier. It's probably we're gonna wake up tomorrow and find that it's 10th in the betting odds, but in the semifinals.
It's 9th at the moment, I think so.
We're gonna wake up tomorrow morning and I think it's gonna be 10th. And yeah, I if it qualifies, I think I would be happy, but if it doesn't qualify, because it's Luxembourg, I really, really wouldn't care. Walter, I don't think this would be such a shocking qualifier because right now it is, up there in the betting odds to qualify. I think it's more of a borderline qualifier. Yeah, I think this is a borderline qualifier. But just before we move on to the next song, I just want to thank anyone who's watching, and don't forget to subscribe because we have a ton of streams like this coming up on Eurovision Week. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of them, and come and watch my videos where this week I dropped a video about Shokron qualifiers, and next week I can give you an exclusive. I mean, this is my channel, so I can talk about my channel on my channel. Next week I'm going to be discussing winner potential. So subscribe so you don't miss any.
And we lost Sean.
Yep, too much self-promotion.
Too busy hitting that subscribe button. It crashed the channel. No.
Yeah. I mean, the graphics changed, but Sean is gone. Oh,
The best timing. The best timing. I'm about to talk about Israel.
Oh, that's
and
why.
my wife
That's
is-
why.
Yeah.
You're back on PowerPoint mode.
The timing couldn't have been better if I tried. Okay, I'm just gonna kick off and say everything I said about Georgia with the whole double standard of people and politics in Eurovision. This year, I have decided to not isolate Israel on my YouTube channel. I have reacted to the song. I'm discussing Israel on these live streams. And people have asked me why, and I think this is a good time to clarify it. My question to people is this: what did we gain last year from isolating Israel? Nothing at all. We have given them a big media story. We have given them the opportunity to play on the fact that people have not reacted to the song, and they almost won the televote. So I think it would be fair if we reacted and talked about Israel just like every other country that's competing. I think it will be fair to the other countries as well, because if we like the song, we need to say it, and if we don't like the song, we need to say it as well. I like this. I think New Day Will Rise is an excellently written song. I think the melody is brilliant, and I think it will be vocally sung in a very, very not compatible way. And I think it's a great idea that Israel is not doing the pre-parties, even though it's for security reasons, I'm guessing. But this will probably peak on Eurovision week, and I wouldn't be surprised if this won the televote. If there was a year that Israel was going to win the televote, I think this might be it. I like the song. Obviously, do I want to see Eurovision go to a country which would bring it into disrepute? Obviously not. But yeah, this is a good song, and I'm curious to see how the juries will react to this, because last year, the Israeli song was quite jury bait, but the juries put it 12th. And I'm curious to see if they will do the same thing this year. But regardless, I think the song is quite good. I think a lot of people who are just casual Eurovision fans who really don't care about the politics, as they should, might agree that this is the best song, and they might vote for it. I don't know. I played it to my mom as I played Finland, Sweden, Albania, and she said, I want to listen to Israel's song. And my mother's a freedom fighter as well. So she likes the song. She likes the song. What can we say? I like the song as well. That's all I have to say. ESTON, what do you think?
I mean, it's in a lot of ways very similar to the song we had last year, the performer we had last year, the story we had last year. But I think last year the song actually was better and more memorable. The melody was better. I don't remember this one. Like, the melody doesn't stick with me at all. Also, the lyrics, everyone cries, don't cry alone. I cringed to that so much. Like, really, can't you come up with something a little bit better or more creative? Like, that is just, please, that is not a lyric. It's a decent ballad, but it's the type of ballad that's like the most stereotypical, the most basic ballad ever. I think there are ballads that are a lot more impactful and will, or should at least, get a lot more televotes. And also, when the war in Ukraine started, of course, I'm not comparing Ukraine and Israel, two very different situations, okay? But Ukraine did get a lot of televotes, like basically 100% on the first year. Not so much the next year. Of course, the songs are different as well, but I'm not sure if the impact on the second year will be as huge. Of course, it will still get tons and tons of votes, 200 plus at least, but it will not win, and it should not win.
Okay. Ervin, what do you think?
First of all, I'm not here for politics, and I always focus on music only, regardless of the country, regardless of the artist, regardless of anything and anyone. You can like it, you cannot like it, up to you.
It's an Eurovision Song Contest. It's not the election.
Exactly.
And that is why we're here talking about every song. And just for the people to, who expect us to not talk about Israel because for whatever we know why. If Russia was in Eurovision, I would be reacting to Russia. I would be talking about Russia in the same way, in the same form. And based on what Russia used to send to Eurovision, I would probably have Russia in my top 5. Sorry for the interruption.
If Russia comes back, sends Little Big, they're probably going to be my number 1.
They're not, since Little Big is so anti-Putin and the regime, but...
True. I loved...
Indonesia back.
Paulina or
I loved
someone.
Hurricane. I like New Day Will Rise. Hurricane was, let's say, in my top 3. This one is in my lower top 10. So I still quite like it. I think their performance is going to be maybe like even more emotional than it was last year, because also this girl carries a completely different story. And I think that like we're all going to be able to feel the emotion in her voice as well when she sings this song. And that's probably going to resonate with a lot of people, and it should. The song, I think it's great. The entire composition is like very, very well made. I would just personally maybe lose the French part because I don't feel that like it adds anything.
I agree.
Not because it's bad or anything like that. It just
No,
doesn't
it's
add
true.
anything.
It's true. It feels forceful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jude, any final thoughts on Israel?
I mean, I was also going to say the French feels forced. It feels like a little bit of votes, you know, from a French-speaking large part of Europe. My thing about this song is the first kind of section, I feel lost in it. The vocals kind of just, and I like the fact the vocals kind of come and go, but I just feel a bit lost. I feel like it's all not random. It's just not fully, you know, there's no like strict, I guess, like in out. It just kind of happens, and it makes me feel a bit disorientated. I do love the fact that we get Hebrew in Eurovision.
Yeah.
Like really, when apart from Fekur Libi, which obviously never ended up going to
Last year
Eurovision.
was
We had it last year as well.
Did we get some last
Yeah.
year? No.
Yes.
They
I actually
always
did actually
throw in
enjoy
a
her more than
line.
this song.
They always
Yeah.
throw in a
Yeah.
line in Hebrew to remind us that
Naim
this is
Rabin,
Israel.
Yo Yechabu.
Yeah.
You know, like it's there. But I'm not the biggest fan of this. I think obviously we get amazing vocals every year from Israel. Their selection program ensures that every year. Like realistically, everyone that comes through can sing, especially in the last couple of years. You know, we've had great vocalists. I think it's just we've heard it before. We heard it last year. And it's similar yet different. They just kind of said we had a song that worked and was emotional. Let's do a different song that works and is emotional. That same vibe, different type of song, I guess. It's I wouldn't listen to it anyway, regardless of it being in Eurovision or out of Eurovision. I find it a bit just okay.
I have to pick up on a comment that Walter mentioned, and I have to agree here. I mean, I would never, I couldn't vote for this. I couldn't vote for this. As much as I like the song, I couldn't vote for it. And I actually prefer this to Hurricane. And I liked Hurricane, but I think this year is a weaker Eurovision than last year. So maybe that's why this is higher. I mean, this song is in my top 10. I think this is more immediate, but in the same way, I half expect the juries to do the same thing they did last year, right?
I mean, there are a lot of songs that the jury could prefer over this.
But I mean, the juries are not voting for the song here, are they?
That too.
I mean, it's not just about Israel, but yeah, another conversation for another video. Okay, well, moving from Israel to a song that I really, really like, and everyone knows that this is one of my favorites this year, whether you guys like it or not. Serbia. I'm gonna start with Jude. What do you think about me?
I think we should. We should start with Sean on this one. No.
No.
Yeah, let's get the overwhelming positivity out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one who's gonna
we vote Sean.
I'm not the only one who's gonna be positive about this one. Jude, kick us off.
Okay. I either love this kind of song or I hate this kind of song. I feel like enough is said that right there. Is it my last? It might be my last this year. I can't.
Wait, so you sometimes you love
like,
it, sometimes you hate it, but it's your last?
No, not this song, this type of song.
Ah, okay, this type of song. Pardon.
Yeah. Balkan ballads, sometimes I love, sometimes I don't. And I don't like this one. And
this is your last of the 37 songs.
Yeah. It is the.
What do you have in that drink of yours
possibly,
you're drinking?
Oh yeah, you had quite a fancy drink.
Green tea. It's literally just rose green tea that I put ice in. Thank you to my local Asian supermarket. Not sponsored by Kamsa. Yeah. So, yeah, this is possibly the only song that every time it comes on, I will hit that skip button this year. And I just can't connect to it. And I sorry.
Jude Kennedy.
Maybe it'll come alive on the Eurovision stage, but I'm sorry.
Jude Kennedy. We were
It was so
friends.
great though.
We were
It was fun
friends.
while it lasted.
Gonna throw in a love. Yeah.
Go to your corner and think
Yeah,
about what
sorry,
you've
guys.
done.
Face to the wall. Face to the wall. ESTON, are you going to join him in the corner or are you going to stay in class?
It's not my last. No.
Okay.
It is in my bottom 6, though.
To the naughty corner. Maybe.
I mean, we
your
are
face not
we are
doesn't
everyone
need
in the
to be
corner.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. It's fine. It's like a typical Balkan ballad, which I'm basically never a fan of, unlike Sean, who's like 50-50. This is more like 90-10. It's fine.
I'm more than
I don't
50-50
mind it.
on Balkan ballads.
I don't I don't skip it, but I don't really look for it either. It's fine. I think the instrumental break with the dancer is just like, why? Why is it there? No, it's just boring. And the whole song is quite boring. And it's very much borderline again in terms of qualification. There is the diaspora, of course. The running order in some ways helps it, but on the other hand, you have another ballad right before it, Israel, which will get tons of votes and people who love the ballad.
No, you guys, you got Germany before it.
Okay, true. Forgot about that. But
I mean,
and then
but
it has
Germany
Finland
might not
coming
show
right
up
after
because
it.
they haven't shown up the last 2 occasions they were supposed to. So
That's
you never know.
Yeah, Tuna has laryngitis, guys. We're gotta wait this one out.
She's had it for what now, 2-3 months. So
Yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna go. Yeah, I mean, it's either gonna be like 10th or 11th, or it's very borderline. Like it'll be close, but I'm not sure if it's close over the line or very close to qualifying, but under the line. But yeah, that's my opinion of the song.
Contrary to what has been said by ESTON, the disinformation that he's spreading, I am not 50-50 on Balkan ballads. I'm most.
I said Jude.
Oh,
right?
Sorry, I thought you said me.
I was talking about Jude.
Sorry. Okay. Then
I know you are 100%, of course.
I'm a Balkan ballad stan, from Knez to Hari Matahari to Jelko Joksimovic to Maria Sherifovic. I love a good Balkan ballad, and this one is no less. Listen, I have to reference some of the actual misinformation that has been spread around Prince, who is, by the way, a lovely guy. Not a pedophile, not a pervert, not a racist. All of these things have been said by Serbian and Bosnian Twitter YouTubers who are like babies that when their favorite drag queens don't win their national finals, they will just throw everything to the walls, values down the drain, and they will lie and they will spread misinformation just to throw down Prince, who is an absolutely lovely guy, both inside and out. Ervin is my witness. The guy took photos with us, gave us an interview, and he actually told me, "Hey, I watched your reaction." And I literally turned to Nicola. I was like, "Is he lying?" Because not many people watched that reaction. But he recognized me, and I slept well that night. Because Prince won Pesma's Eurovision, and those annoying drag queens didn't. I love this. I absolutely love this. I think this is probably in my top 5 this year. And I think this is qualifying actually quite comfortably. And when I say comfortably, it can come 8th or 9th. But I think when we actually look at the points, I think it it will be quite a cleanse with Serbia, and I'll tell you why. When Serbia at Eurovision is Serbia, they always qualify in the televote. Let's remember Balkanica in 2018. Everyone thought that song was dead on arrival, and it had an arguably worse running order than this one. It was 15th in the betting odds 2 minutes before the results were announced. It made it. It made it. It was a very, very, I mean, they were literally called Balkanica. It was a very Balkan sounding sound. And it's time for that person on my comments to come up and tell me that my expectancy theory is bullshit. I genuinely think this song plays into people's expectancy of Serbia. This is a song that people expect from countries in the Balkan region in general. I think the melody is absolutely haunting. I think it is immediate. I have to admit, I don't know if I like the revamp more than the original. I don't know. But he did say on an interview with Nicola on ESCBubble that they're changing the staging completely. So maybe that dancer will not come down from the ceiling in a similar way to Azerbaijan 2014. So, yeah, I think Serbia will find its place in the final, and the betting odds seem to be growing certain within each passing day. I really, really hope that. I mean, it is borderline. It is not a sure qualifier. It is borderline, but I think this will make it. I think it should make it, and if it does, it's probably not going to do so well in the jury. And I'll use that as a transition to Ervin as to why he thinks that this might not or might do well in the jury vote.
I'll just revert back to qualifying or not qualifying. And I think this is easily qualifying because it's pure math. Serbia is going to get 12 from Montenegro. They're going to get 12 from Austria. They're going to get 6 or 7 from Germany. So they're already starting with over 30 points. And
I have 30 SIM cards from my Maltese number.
In order to qualify, you need like maybe 42, 43 points. So he's going to collect those 10 from the other countries, and he's easily going to qualify. End of. And I think that he should, because he's an amazing performer. I'm also glad that, like, first of all, he was very instant on all of these like provocations from Twitter and other social media and newspapers, etc. And he went straight to the police to basically file a complaint about this, as he should. Suddenly, everyone shut up about the whole thing. I think that Serbia has a great running order position as well. And I haven't heard ever Prince sing out of tune, first of all. So we can easily expect an amazing vocal performance. RTS normally like does a decent job with the staging as well. So I don't know what sort of new staging they're coming up for Switzerland, but I look forward to seeing it. Again, easy qualifier. How they're going to do in the final, genuinely no idea. The Balkan ballads don't seem to do that well with the juries anymore. So I think that like overall he might come like usual Serbian placement recently from like 15th to 20th or so. But yeah, we're definitely going to see this on Saturday's final.
I'm so glad you said that, because now you have given me even more confidence.
Now you're going to buy even more SIM cards, eh?
Or I might sell a few of them. I want to pick up on one thing that I've heard from a lot of people. I don't know if I agree or disagree, but some people have said that this could have the Slimane effect, where just because Prince looks like an appealing young man who's singing a beautiful song about love, this could just get the vote from the wine moms. And I don't know if that could happen. I mean, I want it to happen because I want Serbia to get all the votes they could possibly collect. But I'm not sure if you've heard this chatter going on pockets of the internet, but what do you guys think about this? I mean, is this the thing, the Slimane effect?
I don't really think so.
See the wine moms being like, "Oh my god,
Tarzan.
no, No, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, it is. I've seen it discussed in more than one place. Let me just say that. So it could be something that we're not aware of. But we've got some Serbian people on the chat here. I wasn't a fan of Mila, but I like it after the revamp.
Wait, it got a revamp?
It did get a revamp, yeah.
Unfortunately, Željko Joksimović got involved in it.
Why do we not like Željko Joksimović?
Huh?
Do we not like Željko Joksimović?
That's a topic for not an online conversation.
Not
for a live stream.
All the sensitive. I feel like,
where is the
revamp?
Has the revamp been uploaded to YouTube?
Yeah. You also don't have the girl spinning.
Yeah.
I did not see that anywhere.
Yeah, well, who knows? You might like it now. I also wanna just bring up this comment about Serbia. In the last couple of years, Serbia has come 10th in the semifinals, so they always made it by the skin of their teeth. And then both instances, I think the broadcaster are expected to qualify quite comfortably. And I've seen that they kind of launched it with the staging. Luke Black didn't get any changes when I thought he needed. Teodora got very few changes, and I think it went worse than the national final. And I'm almost happy to see. I think it's gonna benefit the broadcaster seeing the reaction to the song, because this year Serbia is absolutely starting from zero. Like, a lot of people have reacted negatively to the song, which probably made the broadcaster believe that they're in trouble. So they are actually not launching it, and they are changing the staging, and they are putting in a lot of effort into this. And I think it's going to benefit Prince and the song in the long run. So I think we can expect Serbia to be in the final. Closing us off is a song that is very high in the betting odds, but apparently it is lower than Czechia for some reason. Finland. And I'm going to start with Ervin on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, because I think Czechia has higher chances of winning the jury vote than Finland does. I do like this song. I liked it from the first time I heard it, but I just still don't understand the necessity of it going like so up tempo and crack towards the end, and then to just suddenly finish.
It's an orgasm.
Then they suddenly finish, like you said already.
Okay,
so
I got it now. I got it now. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I think that's the best part. That's why I don't mind the lyrics, because they are paired with the actual music.
Mm-hmm. Wow. To be fair, I never actually read the Finnish lyrics, so I don't actually know what you're singing about still. I might do that like now after the live stream.
Yeah.
One guess.
Yeah, I'll do that. But I think Erika Wikman is one hell of a performer. Yeah,
maybe
I think
a cute Serbian boy.
Of a performer. Eston's just not letting me speak. Anyways, easy qualifier. Eston, go for it.
He's actually on my list to talk after you. How did you know?
I mean, he's interrupting me this entire time, so.
Like I was last time. No, Erika is coming, and she will finish this show with a proper bang and a proper fireworks show, I hope, because this is favorites of the year, and Erika is awesome. She's a fantastic performer. She's awesome live. The vocals compared to Cicciolina have improved a lot. She was already quite good in UMK, and I'm sure that without any in-ear issues, she will do great, which could mean actually more jury votes than we think. I think with the public vote, it will have its fan base, which is going to be quite enormous. Top 10 is, I think, quite guaranteed. This will not finish outside of the top 10. And yeah, I absolutely love it. And we have to get a Finnish victory sooner rather than later. We might get it in the form of Sweden, so maybe they co-host it, but who knows?
SVT will not let anyone co-host.
Oh, and actually, I just had some Finns here a couple of days ago, and they said that in their words, 95% of Finland is rooting for Sweden more this year than Finland.
Why?
Their commentator is not going to tell their viewers not to vote for Sweden.
They love saunas, and they love the song, and they love Kai.
Come on, Finland. We got to do better than this. Root for your girl. Root for your girl. Okay, let me take it back to when the song was released. And I have to admit, as a Eurovision fan and the UMK I've been long in these UMK streets, and I remember when Cicciolina was released, and I did not have the same reaction to Ich komme that I had to Cicciolina. I feel like Cicciolina was more immediate. I feel like Cicciolina was more of a Schlager kind of upbeat track that really, really mobilizes the Eurovision masses. But at the same time, you know, we've been waiting for Erika Wickman to come back ever since her career exploded. And now that she did, our expectations were sky high. So my reaction was quite biased against her, believe it or not, because as much as I love her, our expectations were high. And I think that happened with a lot of us. And obviously the song grew on me when I saw the performance. I thought it was fantastic. This should win Eurovision 2025. Is it my favorite? No. Albania's my favorite still, but I've completely, you know, I don't think Albania's winning Eurovision. I don't think Greece is winning Eurovision either, so I fought it to my bronze medal. And I think Finland is just, I hate to say it because it makes me look like I don't care about the song, but it's Finland's turn to win Eurovision. Come on, it's Finland's turn to win Eurovision. And that is kind of how I know they won't win, because when it was Bulgaria's turn to win Eurovision, they didn't even make it into the top 10. When it was Italy's turn to Eurovision, they didn't win. They won it the year after, or actually 2 years after. I really, really, really want to go to Eurovision in Tampere. I would show you guys around. I would take you to all the nice spots. Nokia Arena's fantastic. We would get accreditation. I think let's go to Finland. Finland would be such a good host. And I cannot think of a population that would be happier to host Eurovision than the Finns. Thank you, Nolbol. Yeah, this is, I love this.
Kai would be the interval act, like it was last year with the opposite.
Probably.
Not probably 100%.
I like this. I really, really like this. I mean, apart from me desperately wanting Eurovision to go to the city that I've lived in for 2 years, Erika's amazing. The song is great, and it's only fair, I guess. I don't know. I'm too biased to talk about this in a way that actually means something musically. Jude, what do you think about Ich komme?
I didn't love it originally. I think I'm a massive Utmusikkilpailu fan. Like, it is probably my favorite national selection, and I was disappointed this year. And
what was your favorite?
Again, like you said, Erika Wickman's Goldilocks made up. Which I was like, oh, second, so close. Whoa. No, I was a huge fan. But I didn't mind. I didn't mind Ich komme. It was just like, yeah, it's Utmusikkilpailu in a weaker year of Utmusikkilpailu. Yeah, of course. I never think Finland make the correct decision, but you know, this time it may not be my correct decision, but I think it was the correct decision. And if they continue to do that, they will win. I just don't know if this is their year. I just don't.
Yeah.
I would like it to be, as you've said, I would like it to be their year. If there's anyone in this contest, any country that I would like to win, it would be Finland. And I think this song could get them the closest. But I just can't see Erika Vikman winning with this song this year. You know what I mean?
I know what you
We're
mean.
going to have about approximately 3 countries taking up most of, maybe 4, taking up most of the votes. We're going to have, like, you know, concentrated large numbers at the top between Finland, Austria, probably Israel, Sweden. And I don't think
I mean, if we're talking televotes already, like Estonia, Sweden, Israel will probably get very, very high numbers.
Do you remember how in the last live stream I told you guys that Estonia is probably getting top 3 in the televote?
I'm starting to believe it more.
No, I'm starting to believe it less. Have you watched that pre-party performance in Madrid?
Yeah, it's pre-party.
But
did you see the pre-party in, was it London or no, Netherlands? That was a lot better. So it's pre-party. But I mean, even because I've shown quite, a lot of people who come here who are very casual fans or sometimes even don't listen to it. They always love 2 songs, Estonia and Finland, but most of them prefer Estonia. It's like this, yes, I will vote for it. Can I vote for it? Yes, I will vote. And all of them love it. And I always show the national final performance where the vocals were non-existent. They don't care. It's the song. It's like the dance and the security guards and everything that Eurovision fans think is like stupid and cringe and they have to change everything. The casuals adore. So I'm becoming more and more confident.
I hope he's trolling us. I hope he's trolling us.
If you're gonna watch and like if you like this kind of thing, like you're not gonna be watching Espresso Macchiato for the vocals, let's say.
I'm not talking about
no one's gonna care whether he sings good or not.
No.
If Prince, for example, sang bad, like that's something people would focus on, but not on Tommy Cash.
Absolutely agreed 100%. Same way as Used Klein, no one cared about the vocals, and he would probably still have won the televote if he was disqualified. But I feel like the performance from Tommy Cash is disengaging. He looks like a sick kid. And I genuinely believe he's trolling us because I refuse to believe that this is what Tommy Cash is capable of at his peak.
No, this is pre-party and he said it, I think, to Eurovox as well before or after. Like, he doesn't take these seriously and it's just a way for him to get his mind off the Eurovision whole thing and preparing for the eventual finals. So I won't take this attitude or this vocals seriously. I'm sure they will go all in for the real performance.
I hope so. I mean, and you guys, I love espresso macchiato even though I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, and there was lately, I think yesterday, a press conference for the Estonian media, and he basically said, like, Erener is not supporting in any way with the staging and the money. Like, it's all him, basically.
Wow.
So they're doing everything they can, and he's doing everything he can.
I think he could surprise.
Well, you know what? At least we're not getting another Nenda Good missed. Yeah.
Another what?
We're not getting the repeat of last year.
Oh.
We're not getting
in what
no staging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Staging. Yeah. We will have,
Tommy has cash.
Budget staging.
Tommy has cash.
It's in his name.
Tommy has cash. Do you think, well, we were talking about Finland, actually. I'm very curious to know. Because in my mind, that I'm going to be talking about this on a video I'm publishing next week. In my mind, Finland is consistent in the sense that it can get a similar score in the jury and in the televote. Do you think Finland is stronger in the televote or in the jury? Or they could get the same kind of love from both?
I think it might be about the same. Like, I don't know, about 150 or between 100 and 150 from each ballpark.
So you don't think it's going to win?
No.
I'm
I
almost
would
certain
I
it's
would
not
like
gonna
it to win. I would not mind it at all, of course, but I don't see it happening.
The negative thing I feel that's affecting Finland as well, it affects multiple other countries because they're all shooting for the same vote. Because in my opinion, both Malta, for example, and Finland are shooting for exactly the same vote. So it's going to get split somewhere. And it's not just Malta and Finland. Australia is on the same path as well. And in a way, Estonia, but Estonia is still shooting for a different kind of, let's say, gimmick votes. And I think that Estonia. Sorry?
Didn't we also say that about Blind Channel and Måneskin?
No. What I said about Blind Channel and Måneskin is people who love rock music are going to vote for Måneskin. People who pretend to like rock music are going to vote for Finland.
I'll take
You're
it.
so correct about that, actually.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm glad I voted for San Marino that year.
Oh, God.
Well, we have talked about all of our 31 semi-finalists of Eurovision 2020.
This was a long one. Wow.
This was a long one because we had a lot to say about some countries that are being unfairly talked about on certain social media platforms. But lots of people tuned in. It seems like we've done a good job. And I want to thank everyone who has watched, everyone who has interacted. I couldn't keep up with the chat today. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys for watching and for interacting with us. We will be back next Wednesday to talk about the Big Five and Switzerland. And it is our last live stream until Eurovision week. And yeah, thank you, Ervin. Thank you, Jude. And thank you, ESTON, for joining once again. The pleasure is mine. Oh, I forgot to announce. Wait, I forgot to announce this. So just like last week and the week before, I collected our top 8 from this half of the semifinals.
Oh, yeah, the results.
Ooh,
The
yes.
results. So in 8th place is Georgia with 17 points.
Shocking.
In 7th
Wow.
place, and I was tempted to rig it, but I can't because I have values. It's Serbia with 24. In 6th is Luxembourg with 25. In 5th is Malta with 25. I don't know how I broke the tie, but I broke it. In 4th is Denmark.
Totally non-biased way.
No, I mean, I prefer Luxembourg, but I think I broke it because Luxembourg was higher on someone's. I don't know. Yeah, 2 people had Luxembourg on 4th, while Malta was 5th, and 3rd. So yeah. Anyways, Israel came in 3rd with 30. Czechia came in 2nd with 32, and Finland got the greatest score of all seasons so far.
Who was second?
Second is Czechia with 32, and Finland is first with 40.
I'm surprised Israel is that high.
I'm not.
Denmark was quite high as well.
Denmark
It
came
was about
fourth.
like 7 places higher than it should have been, but
I mean, this is the first time.
sorry.
I'll
stop.
This is the first time I ever conducted this poll, so we will see if it has any sense, or if it has anything that we can look back on and say, oh my God, Ervin, ESTON, Jude, and Sean were right. But
everything can change once we see the staging and what they're gonna do in Basel. This is all based on what we have at the moment. So in the grand scheme of things, none of this what we talk about matters because we just don't know.
but also these rankings we sent to Sean a month ago, so these are obviously already changed as well.
Yeah. It's just content, serving content,
and they keep changing.
Serving content. Thank you, guys. I'm going to close off with this comment from Walter Spiteri. Hey, we got 1 more subscriber, and you should don't take my word for it. Take Walter. Walter is a man who, I'm guessing is a man who is a very smart man. Take
Walter for president.
Walter for president. Come
Would
and
not
subscribe.
be the worst one.
Come and watch our live stream next week. Big Five and Switzerland. Have a good night. Bye bye.